Hey everyone! It's been about a week since my last video, so I wanted to update everyone on how things have been going so far. I started tea 6 days ago, and so far mostly what I've noticed is that I'm hungry. And kind of really intensely, I'm not any hungrier than usual, there's this sense of urgency about every time I get hungry where it's less like, oh, I'm kind of hungry, I guess I could eat something, and then I ignore it for 2 hours like I usually do. It's more like, I'm hungry, I need to eat something now, or I'm going to eat you. So that's been kind of a fun ride. The same is kind of happening with being tired and with being sleepy and with any other kind of physical need. I just feel like it's all really intense. That's kind of calmed down the last few days or so, but it's still kind of just been, up and down with how I feel. Sometimes I'm just exhausted, and then I have a snack, and then I have way too much energy all at once. So my metabolism is kind of kicked in. It's a little weird. Other things that I've noticed, or that I've been thinking maybe I'm noticing, but really I'm probably just reading too much into things because I'm excited, are my throat has been super sore the last few days, which Asher keeps saying is probably my voice breaking, but really I kind of think that I just have allergies or a cold or something. But to be fair, it hasn't been this hoarse for this long in quite a while, so maybe that's something happening, I don't know. Hopefully not, because that's going to be a tougher thing to hide at work for a while. He also said that he said my face was changing a little bit, so I don't know. If you think my jaw looks more defined, or you think my face looks more mannish, you can tell me. I don't know. I don't know if I see it. I go back and forth with that. Also, my skin's been breaking out like crazy, which is super fun. So I have all this super fun acne, like a fucking teenage boy, which is awesome. I've been working on coming out to people and letting people know what's going on with my transition and with taking hormones and stuff like that. And that's been, kind of up and down. It's been good to hear people's just honest responses about where they're at with this. I kind of expected to have some, positive reactions and some negative reactions, and to feel kind of good about the positive ones and bad about the negative ones, but it hasn't been like that. I feel like most of the people that I've talked to have either been just really positive and been like, cool, good for you, and one of my friends actually just sent me a screenshot on the phone of where she had changed my name in her phone to say Mr. First Name, Last Name, and it made me really happy. And other friends have really engaged with this and kind of a more like, I don't really understand what's going on, and I'm supportive hesitantly, but I want to ask questions, and I want to be sure that I communicate where I'm really at with this, because I'm not really sure about all of this, which has been really good to hear, actually. It's good to hear that my friends feel safe talking to me about their reactions in a real way, and not just kind of, faking support for something that they might not necessarily have come to terms with at this point. I've talked to a few of my friends here in town. A lot of my close friends that are in other states are all around the country, and some just friends of friends that I felt like were going to be safe and easy to talk to, because I kind of wanted to stock up all of the easy coming out stuff at the beginning, so it would give me some support and momentum with coming out to people who I'm a little bit more worried about later on. I finally mailed that letter to my parents. I held on to it for almost a week because I didn't have stamps, and then I didn't have an envelope, and then who actually mails things, and then we just moved, so I haven't actually the mailman doesn't come to our house yet, so I had to go to a post office to mail it. So it's just been kind of logistical issues around that, and I've been stalling because I'm actually kind of just nervous about how my family's going to react. Hopefully my parents have gotten the letter by the time this video is up, or maybe a couple of days later. So hi parents, I hope that all of this isn't too much of a shock for you, or that you're at least dealing with it in a way that makes sense to you and is okay and comfortable. I feel like I honestly should be more stressed out about the whole coming out process than I actually am. I feel like it should be something that causes me anxiety, and I think I've realized since deciding to transition and taking steps forward in that direction, a lot of things that seemed stressful and anxiety producing to me kind of just haven't been. I feel like the necessity of these steps has made it easier to overcome the anxiety of them. I start worrying about things and I say, I have to do this thing, I have to, talk to this friend, I have to write this letter, and I get a little bit worked up about it, and then I'm like, this is a thing that just has to be done right now. There's no other option. There's no other thing for me to do, so I just need to get it done. And then I get it done, and it's fine, and it's not as big a deal as I expected it to be, I guess, which is a little weird, actually. Some news, I just found out today that I got an interview for my grad school program, so a week from Monday, I will have a giant group interview followed by a slightly smaller group interview, followed by an individual interview that all in all takes like 4 hours, I guess. So it's kind of intense, and I'm a little bit nervous about that. I'm actually way more nervous about that than any of this. That's a little bit complicated too, because that means what I need to do, part of what I need to do is talk to somebody in admissions or whoever's going to be doing my interview in this group setting about my preferred name and pronouns, and make sure that that gets switched over hopefully before the interview, so that I'm not like awkwardly introduced to people in my future cohort as somebody that I don't really identify as, and then have to change that later with them. I feel like it's going to be easier to just start identifying as who I'm going to identify from the beginning and go from there in grad school. So I need to get that taken care of before the interview, and I haven't quite figured out how best to go about that at the moment, so that's something that maybe I'll update you on my next video. As far as work goes, work is stressful. Spending all day at work pretending to be a girl is stressful, and more stressful as time goes on. And I'm not really sure how long I'm going to be able to put up with it, honestly. It's okay for now, and knowing that I'm going to be quitting in June or July, early August if I stick it out that long, is helping. But this job is stressful to begin with, and especially with all of this stuff on top of it is pretty stressful. So I'm going to be glad when it's time for me to leave this job, even though it's been a fantastic experience and I've learned so much here, blah blah blah, whatever, right? It really has. It's been awesome, and I've loved this job, but I'm going to be ready to leave when it's time to leave. The plan is still to quit this job sometime in June or July, and then theoretically be starting grad school in August. Hopefully a lot of the changes that happened physically with me between now and then are minor and easily covered up, so that coworkers and bosses don't go, what's going on with you, because you're a little bit different now. And then hopefully there's enough changes between when I quit my job and when I start grad school that people aren't going, really, you're a dude because you kind of look like a chick. I don't know. I'm hoping to find a good middle ground with that, but you can't really control these things. So I guess I'll just wait it out and see what happens. Therapy's going good. I really like my therapist. Hi, therapist. I don't know if she's watching this or not. But it's been really helpful to spend some time each week, sometimes twice a week, hashing out some of my ideas, talking about some of the fears that I have with all of this, and some of the things that are really good about it, too. It's good to have somebody who is affirming of my identity and of my choices, and is challenging me to challenge my own thoughts on what I'm scared of and what I'm sure of and things like that. That's been really helpful in my life. Other than that, I don't know if there's anything else I want to address in this video. If you have questions, because I know some of my friends and family are going to start looking at these videos sometime soon, so if you have questions or things you'd like me to address in an interview, please leave them in a comment below, and I will try to make a video about it. I've got some ideas of things I want to make videos about, and it just is going to take some more time than putting together a 2-minute video like this, and during the work week it's really hard to do that, so maybe on a weekend, maybe this weekend if you get a comment in soon enough. Anyways, yeah, that's it for this week. I'll see you guys next week when it's 2 weeks on testosterone, and I'll tell you if there's anything more exciting than the first week going on, other than my scratchy throat. Hey, so last minute edition. My super cool, awesome boyfriend has also made a video on his old channel. So now you can look at his video too, and follow him, and you can get some perspective from his side of things on how stuff is going. So I'll put his username down in the little comment description section down there, and you guys should follow him too, okay?